thank you for joining me on the channel, Mazarov Tarot. Today I am doing a love reading, whatever kind of messages come out for you. I'm going to try to get through a couple of signs. I do need to put my phone on a charger, so it is what it is. I may or may not use masculine and feminine energy pronouns, but you don't have to be a biological man or woman to be in either of the energies, and honestly it could change for you throughout the reading. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to actually be starting off with Aquarius. You know what is so weird, Aquarius, is if you're not dealing with an Aries or a fire sign, then you can be dealing with an air sign. Actually I'm hearing Leo as well, but Aquarius is, you could also be dealing with a Gemini. I actually heard Libra. So Aquarius could be dealing with their opposites. If it is a fire sign or another air sign, then we could be talking about an ending or a breakup. But you know what is so weird is because I feel like Aquarius is within a situation, could be playing mind games, not necessarily, but could be holding out in a situation. So even if I'm talking to a cross watcher and you're dealing with an Aquarius and it feels like that person, maybe a feminine energy or a biological female, is not giving their all or all their attention, something like that. I'm also hearing something about it's fake. Take it to however it resonates. Not fake, like unauthentic, unreal. Take it to however it resonates. That person could be holding out for their best options. Okay, someone has options, maybe sexually, intimately, or even with a work situation. All right, but it was something where in the past, air sign energy came out. In the past, like I said, Aquariuses were holding out, but I feel like there's something that Aquariuses either want to say to someone, maybe an ex, or something that an ex wants to say to an Aquarius. But I do feel like it is a dangerous situation, maybe even toxic or volatile, not necessarily. Take it however it resonates for you. In the past, I do feel like primarily for feminine energy was present when it pertains to having a conversation with someone, but maybe someone stood a feminine energy up. She's like, look, it didn't turn into marriage. It didn't turn into a serious relationship. It didn't turn into something. But I do feel like that feminine energy was present in the situation. And, you know, the feminine energy that was present or whatever for a male or for a partner or for a job, I feel like a Gemini could be involved, not necessarily. The feminine energy wasn't perfect. There was negative, positives to both ends. Maybe someone was dealing with a pregnancy, not necessarily, or someone was swaying with their options, or someone didn't know, like yes or no. Take it however it resonates. But for that feminine energy, it's not that a feminine energy necessarily got around. It's like a feminine energy would kind of go wherever the wind blows her. Okay, so there wasn't a rhyme or reason for why a feminine energy was acting or being, but nonetheless, a feminine energy was still present for someone to have that conversation. All right, take it to every resonance. But on the low, though, I feel like someone in a situation, I'm going to just say the feminine energy because that's who I was talking to. Someone felt discarded in a situation, not necessarily, was trying to help someone either discard someone, break up with someone, all right? But there was a new sense of trust that was blossoming in the past, possibly. I'm going to turn it this way, north, what is that? North, south, east, west. So it goes into the east, all right? And the feminine energy in the past went a certain way. Someone could have moved to the east. Someone could be from the east. Someone could have moved to the east side of town. I just feel like a feminine energy is like I had a new sense of vision or clarity and where a feminine energy needed to go or move possibly in the past. But for a long time, I feel like a feminine energy was just kind of going wherever the wind blowed her or whatever. I do feel like this could be a third-party situation. All right. Two people felt like they could make it if they tried. Okay, maybe two feminine energies fell for the same guy. Take it however it resonates. Drugs could also be involved. All right, communication is coming out. Yeah, third-party situation presently is what I am seeing. Very, very lovely. I do feel like a fire sign is involved. It has something to do with the heart. So a conversation that needs to be had currently has something to do with the heart. I feel like somebody is open to receiving. But someone has to be true to themselves and also free themselves from any previous attachments. Someone is keeping their eye on someone, I do feel, but they're like trying to figure out someone's intentions. Possibly someone could have traveled, like I said, or someone traveled in the past and now they need to come back. There could be some sort of back and forth situation going on as well. I feel like under the surface, someone could be in the service. Under the surface, though, there's a lot of feelings or emotions that are bubbling up, possibly. Okay, the arrow that's coming out is also making me think of passion, romance. This could be a new thing, all right? But it could be starting off as passionate conversation. Someone could have been out partying or something like that. But someone could have put their foot in their mouth, not necessarily. Someone could be stumbling. Two males could be fighting on camera, not necessarily. All right. But I do feel like whatever is going on, there is someone that is interfering with a situation for this. I need more clarification about this. Arrow, communication, Ace of Swords type of thing. Because you know what is so weird? In the past, the feminine energy actually didn't have that, which is weird. Smoke and mirrors, though. Smoke and mirrors. Something is not as it seems. I'm going to say with the masculine energy, there could be an age difference. Honestly, a feminine energy could be either physically older or spiritually older than a masculine energy, or just more composed in a situation because of her past. Not necessarily. I don't know. A water sign could be involved, or someone, it could be in the Queen of Cups energy, King of Cups energy, where they're looking at all their past emotions, or even someone could be in Hanged Man energy. If it's Hanged Man energy, there is a distance between two parties, masculine and feminine energy, but they are like twin flames, or they could be married, or even going through a separation. But someone, more dominant individual in that situation, if it is like a waiting game between two married individuals, is like, I'm high and mighty, but more importantly, that person did not come through and save a feminine energy. He wasn't there as a helping hand. He just kind of let another person in the relationship drown, or feel like that metaphorically. It could be pertaining to children, the loss of a pet, someone dying in the family. Or a loss of a job, or shit. Someone could feel like they had lost respect in a situation. But that masculine energy, he's like, look, he's fabricating some things about himself. I do feel that he's hurt, but that masculine energy would have hurt himself. But he would have been saying, I hurt myself, or I'm hurt in the situation because I was trying to do the good thing, or the right thing. But he would have been going against what the feminine energy wanted from the fucking beginning, okay? Because he could have had a side child, a side relationship, side family, take it however it resonates. But now that masculine energy could be coming in, like, look, I want to take you out, or I need to go take care of my other situation, or however it could resonate for you. So when it pertains to that arrow, that new romance, that new situation, something is not implied, okay? Something is unknown about somebody, obviously with the smoke and mirrors, okay? Someone could be in denial about a connection, even though all the emotions, all the water is there. But ultimately, this card is showing you, Aquariuses or crosswatchers, that something can become even more real. Because something was fake at first. Something could become real. But the choice is someone. Someone is going to have to be accountable, okay, in a situation. Take it to whatever resonates for you. So let's go ahead and go to the next. Go to the future energy. Water, but it's balled up. A feminine energy in the future could be focusing on her job. Aquariuses could also be dealing with an earth sign, like I said. If I didn't, then I meant to say that as well. Or it could be a future thing, or it's the feminine energy. It's just working on her material. She's really hard at work. The thing is that feminine energy could be following in her father's footsteps. A father could have put his job first, before the kids, before the something, not necessarily. I just feel like a feminine energy in the future could be working really hard at work. But again, she's kind of bottled up her emotions in the background, and she could kind of be like not working on her self-esteem. Possibly she could possibly be like heated She can be putting out smoke mirrors in the future, not necessarily taking time to resonance. Things are just going in a circle, I do feel, and things in the past year were in a standstill. That masculine energy was there, but he was like, it's my house, it's my stuff, it's my, possibly, I don't know, take it as resonance. Not necessarily. I don't actually think that's for Aquarius. Water energy came out again. This could be going to Pisces, honestly. Someone could be feeling sad in the future, possibly. All right, let's go on to Pisces. Pisces, you know what? I don't know what the hell's going on. I heard riddled with bullets. What the hell is riddled? I just don't like that. How does riddled mean holes? Because I know about a riddle with bullets. I don't know. That's what I was hearing for Pisces. Pisces is in a situation is not trying to make a scene. I do feel because something could have been. There could have been a major terror moment, so much so that it's beyond a terror moment. It's like a disaster or a catastrophe in the life of Pisces. All right, it could be connected to a Scorpio. It could be connected to a group or something, a scenery out and about, not necessarily. All right, if that's the case, Pisces could be feeling hit on as well if it's not so detrimental to someone's health, but it could be detrimental to maybe Pisces psyche, because maybe the person that's hitting on Pisces is not familiar with that type of energy, or Pisces is not attracted to that person, but yet still that person is there. The thing is, I feel like Pisces should not overlook that person, because that person could have all the needs that Pisces not needs. They could have all the things that Pisces like. Maybe there's an issue with that person's appearance, or there's the issue with that person's age. Someone's name could be Lewis, not necessarily. The issue is that person, I feel like, they don't dress well. Like, they're not into clothes, they're not into looking a certain part, but they do have the finances or the money that Pisces wants, or feminine energy would want. All right, I just also feel like with that situation, that person might catch Pisces off guard, possibly. They could hover, okay? A masculine energy could hover up someone. A masculine energy could work for government, not necessarily. But I feel like that masculine energy is well known. Like, what I'm seeing is like posters around town with that masculine energy. Maybe he's in a band, a local congress. I just feel like he's not necessarily in Aquarius energy, but he is well known. But there's something about that masculine energy that the Pisces doesn't like. I feel like the feminine energy in the situation is being flippant, if that's the answer. Excuse me, not the answer. If that is the word, where she's like, regardless. The thing is, it's because Pisces garners a lot of energy. It's like Pisces is like pretty woman walking down the street, not necessarily a prostitute, but wherever Pisces goes, even if she's just window shopping, going to the store, going to her local corner store, it doesn't really matter. A lot of people stop and stare, but it's one masculine energy that's hovering, I do feel. Okay, but there's a difference between the two. I do feel there's something going on with Pisces heart energy or heart chakra. I am going to say there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of love there, but it's something where someone is missing someone. And I do feel like the feminine energy is missing that, okay? Or feminine energy is missing, like, someone to be faithful to, someone to take care of, someone to be one with. The thing is, the Pisces in this situation is wild, not necessarily. That's kind of a present energy. I want to first start off about the past energy, which was this energy, but I do feel like it is a male. Pisces could be dealing with the air sign or also an air sign. Okay. There could be an age difference. Pisces could be older than their partner as well. Let me see. A masculine energy in the past could have lost track because he has so many high ambitions for himself. The sky was the limit for the masculine energy, but the smallest details he could miss out on because he was known to maybe pick on people, not necessarily pick a fight, not necessarily, but get what he needs. But he would have to take a nosedive, like he would swoop in the nick of time for himself. But with that being said, he would miss opportunities. I feel like a feminine energy could have felt in the past, but also connected to present, like a masculine energy was picking on a Pisces feminine energy, possibly take it however resonates. It would be if a feminine energy has put herself in the same arena as that male. Maybe government, Congress, maybe, you know, Pisces, this could not be a love situation. Maybe two people are running for office, take it to how it resonates, want a job or something like that. But yeah, there's no obstacles in, you know what though, the way that it came out, I do feel like there could be the obstacles for that masculine energy could be speech, maybe debate, putting up a fight, you know, but or expressing emotions, or that he's free or something like that. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and see what Pisces is currently feeling like being this wild thing. Pisces could be bar hopping as well, not necessarily, or Pisces did in the past. Oh gosh, let me see. I can't. It's at the end of the deck. All right, at the end of the day, Pisces. All right, freedom, freedom, freedom. Pisces is in a process of becoming who they're meant to be. And but Pisces is like, I don't want any restrictions imposed upon my experiences, who I am, what I want to do, where I'm going in life. All right, because Pisces is like, I want to be fully present in life. But they want to, Pisces feminine energy wants to shine brightly. I do feel, no matter the consequences. The thing that is so weird for the two people to come together in the future, because the card is already out, meaning a sacrifice. I feel like Pisces is going to have to sacrifice that side of herself, being so flippant, maybe online, being so chill, being so cool. I don't know what it is, but to be one with that masculine energy, he's almost going to have to change. He's going to shrink in size a little bit, because Pisces is going to be more guarded with their heart. But I do feel like the two people are going to come together. All right. I do feel the thing that is so weird, I don't know why, but in the future I'm seeing the two people come together just to let go of one another. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's closure that Pisces are needing. I'm not exactly sure. But that was something that I was saying for Pisces. Again, I don't want this reading to be too long. So let's go on to the next sign, Aries. Aries, I'm hearing something about radio broadcasting. Don't talk about that. Aries is spiritual, but it's like do what thou wilt, but it's biblical too, because it has something to do with free will. And that's the law of this land. Okay. It's a dark world we live in. You know what is so weird, Aries? Aries could be interrogated, but it's not because anybody is a criminal. It is because somebody has assumed something. But what somebody has assumed is that a feminine energy is a hoe or a slut. He's like, I know that you get around, but a feminine energy, either that is the partner that was dealing with Aquarius, not necessarily, or someone is thinking that about a feminine energy, Aries. But it's a mother. The thing is, the person is not in the room anymore. Someone could have also been dealing with an uncle or a Scorpio. I'm gonna say Aquarius. The thing is, someone will be saying that about that feminine energy. Maybe Aries is not present or something like that. Like, she's a hoe, she's a something, she's a something. But that person is not there to defend themselves. But they will be saying that to either Aries partner or an Aries masculine energy. But it would be online. It wouldn't be speculation. It would actually be fact. Like, it would be fact. Like, she a hoe, she a slut. It would be true. The thing is, the other person is just not there. And in the context of how that person saw Aries, or how that person saw feminine energy or something like that, it doesn't really matter. But it could not necessarily throw a monkey's wrench. It could kind of change a person's perspective, where they're like a masculine energy. Once he find out something about a feminine energy, it's not that a feminine energy is a whole. A feminine energy maybe had more sexual conquests, maybe more sexual relationships that a masculine energy was aware of in his naivety. But it's not necessarily that a masculine energy is going to end things, because the feminine energy is already not there in the room. It's just, it's going to make a masculine energy want to get closer with his father, get closer with his boys, get closer with more masculine energies, just to create distance, or to not think about, or not to deal with what it is that he heard online or something like that, possibly. But the person that is relaying that truth or something like that about Aries or feminine energy, they want to hurt that male that's so close to Aries. They want to hurt him. Because he feels chosen. He feels chosen. He feels chosen not only by Aries, he feels chosen by the world. He feels chosen by God. He just feels like he's the chosen one. But somebody is like, you was connected to a hoe. You was not chosen for shit. In the end, though, it would cause that male, regardless if Aries is the wife or mother or something, it would cause that male to lose his wife, lose every relationship he would get from that point on, and end up in hangman energy at the end. Alright, I do feel. Alright, lovely energy. There's something about a hairdress, not necessarily. Just not like this. It's a spiritual thing. Aries got them head in the clouds, I do feel. And they will be pertaining to illusions of choices. So we just talk about cups. The 7 of Cups. Aries feel like they have a lot of choices, but again, some of them can be illusionary, but some of them actually are real. The thing that is so weird is I'm seeing Aries walk away from a situation. Like I said, Aries is currently not present or absent-minded or something like that, thinking or ruminating over the things that they could have come due in the future, because this is past like energy. But when Aries was walking away from a situation, I just can't help but notice an earth sign. I can't help but notice the path. It was like a path of destruction when Aries walked out, because Aries is like wanted to remove all these damn obstacles, but to do so, Aries would have then created a mess, created, you know, all these different things to free themselves or to create a way or to do something. But for people that wanted to maybe follow on Aries' footsteps or something like that, or be closer to Aries, it would have been so many motherfucking hurdles to jump over, and one of them could have been Aries' sexual past. But a masculine energy could have been like, look, I overlooked that, I bypassed that. Or a masculine energy didn't know, because he's like, that's my baby mama, that's my mother, that's my wife, that's my whatever have you. And maybe a masculine energy was on the road, he could have been in prison, so there was some time or some space between the two. But whatever it is, when that masculine energy could have been told the truth about a feminine energy, I just wonder why. I mean, if it's somebody's mother, it's inappropriate, but kind of. But I feel like if it's a partner, why wasn't she honest and open about her sexual escapades from the get? Would he not have looked at her the same? Because I feel like a feminine energy has been put on this pedestal of clean and pristine, the one, and all this other shit, and so much so that she see herself like the stars, but she really not. If she's heart of the sky, it's troubling. It would be troubling to someone in a higher position than a feminine energy, so much so that a masculine energy would want to hurt a feminine energy with his words. So someone could have been saying that again, what I was saying about it, like Aries wasn't here, feminine energy wasn't there. They could have been saying that to a male, but they really didn't want to hurt that male. He kind of was collateral damage. He really, or she really, whoever, some dude really wanted to hurt a man. He really wanted to hurt Aries. Dead or alive. It didn't even matter. He just really wanted to put a feminine energy's business out there, like, you just a slut. You done slept with all these men, like over 100 men. You ain't no good. You ain't nothing that nobody should aspire to be like. And it wasn't even spiritual. Like, what I mean is, like, Aries past, and I'm not, you know, but it wouldn't, like, unlike a Cancer sign. Cancer signs could have similar situations, but it would have been totally different. What I mean is, like, Cancer sign is like, I wasn't a single mother. I wasn't doing all that sleeping around and I had kids in my motherfucking house. I wasn't doing all that. Cancer sign would have been going, I was homeless or something like that. I was out on the street. Everything had been taken and destroyed from men in my motherfucking life. So when I stepped with them, it was like, motherfucking get back, because I was going to leave them or take a piece of them with me, you know, type of thing. Essentially just break them. But it was spiritual. It was on a spiritual sense. Cancer sign is like, I really want to fuck with his mind. Aries would have been totally different. She would have had kids in her house, and she would have just been having 100-some dudes come up in her house and do all kind of weird shit. But one masculine energy would have looked at Aries in such a motherly way, and it's very strange. It's very strange. But the heart of the sky energy is coming out for Aries. Let me see. The feminine energy is formless, good or bad. This got something to do with the beginning. I do feel how something was formed, how something was created. There was no rhyme or reason. I feel like God was there, but somebody was like, there was no order, there was no laws, there was no rules, there was no paper, there was nothing. And that's how something created. Now, I don't feel like something was created out of necessity. I just feel like something was created weird. I do feel first. I don't know. I seen a blackbird. Alright, came out. Smoke and mirrors energy could be out as well. That has something to do with Aquarius is presently as well. And it has something to do with an arrow, conversation, passionate. It wasn't real, but it currently is. But also, more importantly, someone, they didn't want to express their feelings, or they stand still, stagnant, hanging energy. They got a resonate. Hummingbird. Yeah, I seen a blackbird. The thing that is so weird, the masculine energy in Aries life, I do feel there can be a sacrifice that needs to be made. The sacrifice would be a feminine energy, maybe a Pisces, or moon illusion like energy that Pisces represents. He's like, I'm gonna let go of what I thought and know what it is. The thing that I feel like is more importantly though is that masculine energy that was told some information by a man or a female, an outsider. Okay, online or technically. I feel like the male in that situation that found out something about a feminine energy Aries, the male who he started hanging on to, either his father or his boys or something like that, they end up getting in a new relationship with a young female. Or just a younger female than Aries or something like that. There's something about a younger female with a man in the life of Aries that is not the Aries. It's just another one. But she's totally different. She looked different than Aries. She's shaped differently than Aries. And she's more... She actually fits that male's aesthetic. She's mysterious. She's a little dark. She's a little bit on edge. She could be his ride or die type of thing. But the reason why it's coming up is I feel like it could cause confusion between Aries' actual male partner and what he's choosing to focus on versus focusing on the things that was told to him about a female Aries, if that's making sense. Because that masculine energy, whoever he was trying to cling on to, that's now the new relationship, he's like, I gotta focus on introducing her to my mama. Someone could have just got out of jail. He's like, and the girl that was down for me while I was in prison, she wanted to meet my mama or my grandma, and I'm not sure if I want her to meet because grandma mama said she about to die or something like that. I don't know. Take it or it resonates, but it could be causing issues with that male as well because he could be on not house arrest. What is it called when you're out of prison, but you're a halfway house? A masculine energy could be like in a halfway house where it's like love after lockup kind of, but it's not actually Aries' partner. It could be, but I don't say it that way. It's like a lot of different people in a situation, but it's just coming out because that masculine energy is like there for a man that is in the life of Aries, but he's like, the woman, the girl that's in my life, that's new in my life, she want to try to send me back to jail because I don't want to go hang out with her kids, and I really don't want her to meet my mama or my grandma yet because I'm trying to focus on being there. But really, it's just a secret, I do feel. But I don't know why it's coming out for Aries, but it is. There could be a secret child as well popping up in the life of Aries as well. So let's go ahead and get future energy for Aries. Yeah, someone's having to master their time. I do feel a Virgo energy could be out. It could be someone's son, someone's older son. It doesn't have to be their firstborn, but it could be someone's older son. Okay, as well. Someone's older son either was fruitful and multiplied, or someone's older son did not have children. It's a kind of like a yes or no thing, I do feel. If he did, his children don't feel like he was there for them because they like, we was out on the street, we was homeless, we needed this, we needed that, and dad or mom or whoever wasn't there, because he didn't get remarried or something like that, or not necessarily. It's just like they just didn't feel like that person was there. But that person could have been taking care of like imitation children. I don't know. It's very strange, like his stepkids or something. There's only, I feel like in the future though, for Aries, there's only so much that somebody can do. I don't know what that means, but that's just what I'm feeling. So let's go on to the next one. What is it? Taurus. Taurus trying to be nonchalant. Excuse me. Taurus trying to be nonchalant in a situation. I do feel. Okay, someone wants to try to silence me or something. Somebody doesn't want something to get out. I do feel take their resonance. The mother energy is coming out, not necessarily. It has something to do with 2012, the end. I don't know what it is. Someone could be dealing with an ending from the beginning. Taurus. But it would be artistic, I do feel. I'm not really getting a lot from Taurus. Actually, I am. What I mean is like, I'm hearing the saying that I've said on this channel before, but it actually relates to something else biblically. But it's like wealth begets wealth. But Taurus will be dealing with like one street, but it's like that one street is so long. It's like, think of it like Sesame Street. Just to put in a sense, because I don't know Main Street, Sesame Street. But on one end, everybody would be super rich. And on the other end, everybody would be super impoverished. But I don't know if Taurus is like a viewer, like the camera, like a watcher in that situation. Or what side would Taurus be actually looking at, quote unquote, Sesame Street on. But there would be some super impoverished children. And they would not be with the Grouch. They would be somewhere else. I don't know. They would be trying to steal from the Grouch. I don't know. I don't know what I'm seeing that for. Taurus could just be dealing with the Long Mile, the Green Mile, Park Avenue, New York City. I don't know what the hell I'm doing about. But it got something to do with wealth and forgiving. But it's as above, so below. But it can't be because it's linear. And then like, shit, in 1985, there was only this many. Now, there's these many. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so let's go. I want to get into the cards. You know what, those Taurus, I do feel like maybe financially, since that is what's coming out, regardless of what side of the street you on, I feel like someone could have been feeling crossed financially. Okay. But there's this game that's being played with die. But it's like a paradise. But someone would have life and death in their damn hands. But it's like the people that feel superior in a situation, like, I'm supposed to have it because I got born lucky. Or I was more lucky than you. They would think the others are insane. Or no. They would actually be insane. Lucky and Loki is the same person. But Lucky Loki, somebody's illegitimate stepchild. And the father actually don't care about Lucky Loki. In the end, he want Lucky Loki to suffer. He want Lucky Loki, Taurus, committed in a cell. Because he has a child. He has a child. And Taurus is not that child with that hammer. No. It's not. The water sign. It will be two of water sign. Taurus in her past was a hellraiser. Like an actual hellraiser. Because it has something to do with court, Hierophant. I guess that's Taurus energy, but it got something to do with summoning. Taurus would feel like a witch or practitioner or something like that to summon someone, to try to control someone in the past. Alright. But Taurus, the way they was handling a water sign, it was like a crystal ball. Like how they could see or something like that. It's just not an architect. Because that water sign, Taurus would just be a viewer off to the side, peeking. The thing is, what Taurus got in their hand is the thing that Pisces is missing. It's not even water. It's like a perfume bottle. It's glass. Taurus would be saying, ever since I made it back from hell, Taurus feels see-through in the situation. Taurus feel invisible, or it did in the past. But you know what? It's so weird because I'm seeing steps. I'm seeing steps. For Taurus. Rainbow energy came out currently. I do feel for Taurus. The hunter, kind of hunted. I don't know what it is. The rainbow, let's see what it is. Someone could be 41. Not necessarily. The rainbow come right before the rainmaker. A bridge between physical and spiritual worlds. At the end of our lives, we can journey across the rainbow bridge. It got something to do with Taurus, yeah. Taurus was once in a situation where they wanted to flaunt off their wealth, flaunt off their cars, flaunt off their house, flaunt off their expensive trips. They just wanted to show the world, but they were being really, really shady. And it was unclear how they were doing that. They were like, I'm buying into businesses. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And Taurus, like, I traveled to London or somewhere far, and I wanted to buy a new car. I wanted to get a new outlook on life. I wanted to get my body done. I don't know what the hell Taurus wanted to do, but there's somebody there that was actually watching, like a grandmother or something like that, and saw Taurus. But the thing is, in the end, Taurus is not necessarily going to have to pay. Taurus is not going to be able to keep up the facade. Taurus is guilty. Taurus stole people's money, people's lives, people's opportunities, and then sat in this chair of, I don't wanna feel sorry for being better than you. I don't want to feel sorry for having more than you. I don't want to feel bad about it. And like, would have interviewed at certain jobs and certain positions that other people would have wanted. And Taurus wouldn't even have wanted that. Taurus wanted that lucky energy. But with that being said, the person that Taurus stole from at the end of the day was only there to make Taurus believe in something. Like, you need to that person would have been saying, I don't care if you pray, I don't care if you meditate, I don't care what you do, but you need to pray, because that person is also there. It's like a double-edged sword to say, go to hell or not. And it's so weird because Taurus don't or didn't in the past, when they was handling a water sign or mishandling or whatever, they like, because crystal and this like god like energy, it's like a dead type of thing, but it was down and out with a Taurus or an earth sign. But that person in Taurus past would have been trying to make them believe, because Taurus in the past didn't believe in God, and Taurus had this bigger than life name, like Uriel, Gabriel, Michael. Like, they had this name where it's like, in this power, in this position, like, but Taurus would be saying, my foot hurt, I can't get FMLA right now because I got into a tiny accident. But it's like, the other person, the water sign, would have been telling Taurus or reminding Taurus about them FMLA. Taurus wouldn't have even known nothing about that. But Taurus, like, I'm actually educated, I'm a wise man. But they don't even believe in nothing. And Taurus is like a fucking Indian. I don't know what they are. But Taurus want to go around England. Taurus want to have this family trip. And don't want to take the water sign. And It's something about Taurus car and the red seats and all that good stuff. But there's something where it's like the rainbow, yes, is out, but it's like a last conversation that a water sign is gonna have with a Taurus. Where there was supposed to be like a get together, like a date. But it don't never happen because somebody's phone died. I don't know. But it's gonna cause Taurus to get angry, black the fuck out, cut off contact, basically like disappear off the face of the fucking earth. To at least that water sign. Like someone can't find them online, someone can't find them here, someone can't find them there. I don't know where the hell them are. But you know what the weird thing is? The person at Taurus was mishandling or something like that, or Taurus could have even been talking about their smell or something like that. I feel like that person tried to relate to Taurus because Taurus like to drink dark liquor. Taurus didn't necessarily have a drinking problem. Taurus like to drink dark liquor. And the water sign is like, I don't really drink with the water sign or someone is like, I smoke and stuff like that, but it's because I'm a single parent. I have this psychopath. I'm staying with family that don't really want me there. I don't have nothing on my own. I'm trying to stay healthy, stay fit, get fit, do what I need to do. And I'm just in a dark place in my life. But that water sign like a fucking Einstein. They're like a goddamn genius. Them wise, but them wise totally different than Taurus. And Taurus also hang around a group of people that's like just like them, look like them, act like them, dress like them, shape like them, and like want to try to scare or hunt the water sign. I know it sounds so weird. They like want to leave stuff outside somebody's house. They be connected to death. I don't know what it is, but really they want to rub in that person's face something about them child. Them like, I can get the kids this, I can buy that, I can buy this. The water sign's X when I hunt. The water sign, it's just really weird. But you know what is so weird? Someone in life of Taurus is like, I really left my family to be with the water sign. Taurus, someone. It's not. It's someone that's in the Taurus circle. Like live with Taurus or something. Because Taurus got like a bachelor's pad. Them like, I really left my family. But them kids wasn't even his. Something about an airplane. I don't know what it is. And he like, I'd rather be with you. I was someone here stand still. But my situation was different because I was talking to a brother. Someone that was suffering like because something's happened to his foot. The thing that is so weird, Taurus would call himself the devil. Somebody's like, you just really need to believe in something. The thing that is so weird is, I know it's gonna sound weird, but Taurus could have been accused of like killing someone, stealing someone's life, and trying to cover it up. And someone would have been warning that water sign, like, you really need to be careful because that person is like no good. No good. Them and them good hair. I don't know what it is. I don't even know who the females are. But they called my phone and was like, Taurus really did that. Taurus really the one that did that. But anyway, let's go on to the next sign. Yes, it's my last sign. Gemini. Gemini, who is that? Gemini can be feeling paranoid in a situation. That's what order? Yeah. Gemini can be feeling paranoid in a situation because Gemini is like, everywhere I go, I keep running into this young dude. But It could be male, it could be female. It doesn't really matter in the Gemini energy. But they keep running into something. But they like got their little one or someone's child with them. But they keep running to this nigga with dreads and a face tattoo. And he like, I know he don't live where I live. I know he don't live in the suburbs where I live. But it's like black cars. Geminis will be feeling like their phone is tapped. It's like black cars driving down the street with tents, super dark, you can't see through it, super silent. And Gemini's like, I know everybody's car in this neighborhood. Why is this car parked here? Why is this car here? Why does this car keep driving up down the street? Why is it losing? It will be connected to Taurus. Somebody watching Gemini. Because Taurus. I don't know what. Or what I'm saying. But it's like, it's gotten to the point now where there is not even like, at first they was giving Gemini space. Well, I'm going to give him his space. Even though I'm watching and I'm bugging his phone. It's to the point now where they will be blatantly in Gemini's fucking face. And they will be wanting Gemini to know, like, I'm following you. And I'm watching you. Now, the thing is, I don't know if it's to intimidate Gemini or what. Because Gemini and this person, that male, is not friends. But I promise you it's going to stop at, it's going to, like, Speedway, Shell gas station. I don't know what it is. But them are not friends. But the why are they getting so close? It started because Gemini went out on a date. Gemini went out with somebody. They went out with somebody, but Gemini in a relationship, kind of, sort of. Gemini lived with somebody, but I feel like Gemini, the dynamics of the relationship is either not sexual or it's like, it's not what it used to be, even if it is sexual. Gemini went on a date with somebody else. I think she is a Taurus. Taurus is like another woman, another man in Gemini's life. The thing is, Gemini could have left that date early. Because Gemini like, shit, them kids or something. But Gemini would have still came in at like 8 to 11 p.m. Why? Because excitement? I don't know what it is. But Gemini would have made it sound like he going out drinking with his boys. Because he like, that's where I always go. I don't know what the hell. But that's where she always go. She going out with her girls. Her girl got a date because it's her girl's birthday. But it actually was a date. Somebody's like, I can't believe you going out publicly with her. What the fuck? Bro, you got a wife at home. But that Taurus sign, if somebody would have not known that person was married. Somebody don't want to kiss somebody. I don't know what it is. What else? Yeah, that's just all I was saying. Somebody was following Gemini. But it's so weird because Gemini would be going like, it could be somebody with a nice car. I don't know what it is. A Bentley? Gemini's like, I went to my favorite Chinese spot or something like this. So with some young girl, I don't know what it is. That ain't gonna choose Gemini. Because Gemini have to do it all later. And the thing is, we gotta pay for parking. He like, Gemini's like, I was eating my favorite food and I was doing this and this and I'm getting these emails that's correlating with this. I'm getting these text messages that's correlating with my emails, my private chat. I'm getting people saying stuff that was out my private chat, my DMs or whatever. It's not that Geminis are waking up. I don't feel that way. No. I feel like Gemini's actually just being stalked and followed. Gemini could have been on dating sites. I don't know what it is. Okay. That's what I was saying. But this reading has got a little too long, so I'm going to stop there. So Godspeed. God bless. Bye.